put in the beer in the eggs. You know, my wife is always tickled when she sees like plastic on the sofa. You know, my wife is Dutch, you know, white as ever. She's from Amsterdam. She just got here like 5-6 years ago. But she's always like, you know, she what's all of that? And I'm like, that's the ghetto, babe. That's what that is.
That was to preserve the furniture, you know, running in and out. And grandma bought this furniture and she wants it to last forever because she's making payments on this furniture. Right. Don't know nothing about. And I'm not gonna have you nasty kids coming here from outside messing up this furniture. That's what that is, including that little plastic runner that be on the floor. Somebody's house. That be the cleanest part of the carpet when you look at that. It's the only clean part. The rest of it is dirty. Right. Those are some of that's the ghetto. That's exactly the ghetto.
Yeah, man. But and these are the windows that need to be wide open for people to see into our culture so that they're not shooting us when they see us, right? It's these sort of things that make you more familiar with us and what we've gone through, right? You know?
Absolutely. So I feel that's why I feel like officers who are qualified from that experience, they know it inside and out. So they know this is not a threat. These are just some kids in the hallway playing dice, you know, drinking a few beers. That is not a life, you know, threatening situation. I don't even need to pull my weapon. I just need to tell them, I'll be back here in 15 minutes. When I come back, I expect all of this to be gone. And when you speak to them in that language, they know, okay, Mr. Officer Johnson, because Mr. Johnson knows your family, you know his family, and he has a job to do. And there's a level of respect there, and you're going to get that done. When we see white officers, we automatically think authority, and they don't like us, and they have no business here, and why are they here? And then that's the resistance that's created. And on his part, he sees us, he's afraid, he don't really know what's going on, and we have situations that we have, which are not good.
Right. Yeah, man. And I have so many feelings, you know, about the police state. With me personally, I remember you saying this, where you're like, I don't see the police. I don't acknowledge them, you know, like they're not even in my frequency. And I felt like when I started feeling that way, that's when I stopped getting pulled over. That's when I stopped getting these interactions with them. And also my life started to change too. Just like the beat that I didn't walk on the same side of the street anymore. So it was just different now, you know, and it's like when we're like, we don't get the benefit of the doubt. We learn the lessons the hard way, like the harshest way, you know, when the worst case scenario happens. But when I like when you're talking about when they're familiar with the community, because it amazes me. And again, talking with my wife, she's a therapist. She's a bilingual therapist, and she'll go to the Latino communities and, you know, and communities in poverty. And it's amazing, her versus the caseworker versus the police officer. And it all depends on who's there. Those are very interchangeable roles. It's a shame that they have to be like that. Like, why is it that, you know, as soon as you're 18, you can get this license to kill, and you're going into these situations where mental health, where poverty and socioeconomic situations, like there's so many other situations that need to be taken care of that do not require a big, like some, you know, insecure or some, you know, authoritative, and authoritative figure with a gun walking into the situation. It's not helpful. It's not what is needed in those moments. It's just not.
And a lot of times in those moments, they don't get enough training for me. 6 months of training or whatever, because like you say, each situation requires a different set of skills. So you have to know, this is a mentally ill person. Maybe we need to call somebody else in who's more skilled to address those issues. If you don't factor in poverty, if you don't factor in broken homes, so many other things, you don't know why a lot of people are angry. You know what I mean? And if you can't process that, and you just come in with a linear mindset that I'm here to regulate this situation the only way I know how, which is through violence, this creates a bad situation. We're dealing with humans. You know what I mean? And I think that's the aspect that gets overlooked most of the time.
Definitely. Exactly. Well, digging back into the movie, this is awesome, guys. We just flowing, man. We're getting Black Dot's time right now, so we're just gonna listen, man. We're gonna sit back and listen. I appreciate it, man. Now I'm listening to, you know, Bishop being upset about all we do is run, you know, running from the police, you know, the whole, you know, you ready to die? You know, don't turn your back on me. This guy, like, you hear like this angst in him, you know. Then he gets caught up in, I don't know if that was Scarface or what, that old school movie that he was watching.
I don't know what that was. That was like a Humphrey Bogart or something.
Right.
It was a black and white film. So to me, it represented like the old gangsters, Humphrey Bogart and those kind of movies and stuff.
Find all our content on thenewfilmosophy.com.